Hi, how you doing? Thank you for watching the video. I'm in a slightly different environment this time, a very nice one, but the same message as usual about emotional abuse, particularly looking to support the victims of emotional abuse. This video today is about an email I received from what you call in the States, a minor, a child, a 15-year-old has contacted me about being brought up in an abusive environment. And thank you very much for contacting me because, of course, I might focus on people in partnerships, but it's not just the people in the partnerships, it's very much about the children as well. And this person has contacted me. I've got it on my iPhone, so I'll just read it out from there, if I may. So, hello, this is my name. I'm 15 years old. I was wondering if I could possibly be in an emotionally abusive environment. My parents often make very hurtful remarks about me and the way I look or dress. They always point out the flaws in me, and I remember a few years ago my mum didn't ever want to take me anywhere in public. She said I was an embarrassment to her and she didn't want to be seen with me. It hurt me a lot when she would say things like that. Often when we were at home she would just randomly start going off on how I looked. She would say things such as, I don't know how you're my kid. You look so horrible. And I don't know how you have friends. They probably only hang around because they feel bad for you. I would often cry after she would start saying hurtful things, and then she would start yelling at me, saying I was a baby. So now I try not to cry in front of anyone. A little while ago, my siblings slowly started joining in. Like if my parents would start saying things to me, they would say things and agree as well. So now my siblings will start making fun of me out of the blue. I know most siblings get into arguments or tease one another, but this is more than that. In the summer, when they were playing in the pool, I'll go in, and as soon as I get in, they run out and try and get away from me as fast as they can. They always try their best to stay away from me now. If I try telling my parents about this, they just tell me to stop bothering them, so that they don't have time for this. Sometimes after school I will try and have a conversation with my mum. When I speak to her, she will just ignore me and or walk off. If I try to bring something up to my mum, she says to me, like she said to me the other night, she will completely deny it. Sorry, I'm not sure if I got that one right. If I try to bring something up my mum said to me the other night, she will completely deny it and say I'm crazy and have no idea what I'm talking about. If she does accept that she did or said something, she will say that it was my fault, and if I acted better, none of it would have happened. My parents would often tell me that they would send me to a foster home if I didn't behave. They often blame me for a lot of things. A few times my mum would threaten to lock me out for misbehaving. I will often get confused from my parents because one second they will explode and start saying a ton of hurtful things about me, and the next day act as if nothing had happened. It's difficult to know how to act around them. If you do or say just one little thing wrong, they will get extremely mad. I recently told one of my friends about this and they didn't believe me. She said my parents were too nice to do any of that. In public, my parents are always very nice. But when we get home, it's a very different thing. I became very upset when my friend didn't believe me. I didn't know what to do. I felt very alone. I try my best to ignore them, but it doesn't work very well. I have always been very self-conscious ever since I was little, but it's getting worse now. I've not really ever had any good self-esteem, but now it's hard to find anything I like about myself. I blame myself for most of it, because if I would have acted better, it wouldn't have happened that way. That's why I'm not sure if it's emotional abuse or just my fault. Wow. Well, thank you very much for that. It's very typical of how a victim would feel, be it in a relationship or being brought up in an environment such as that. So thank you very much for contacting us, me, and I hope that's interesting for other people, perhaps in the same situation. That it's not just you, and it isn't you, and it's nothing you've done. It's not your fault. You've kind of been picked on, and yes, that's a case of being brought up in an abusive environment. So it's very difficult, but there is hope. You can get out of it. You can build your self-esteem, and I'm in contact with that person to help support them, and where they can find support locally. So please do contact me. I know I say that, and some people contact me and sort of say, "Well, you said it, but do contact me. I'll offer whatever support I can and connect you with local support if there is any. So thank you very much for that. It's a very real issue for people being brought up in an abusive environment where you need to grow your self-esteem, but obviously you're not being supported in that with the people around you. So thank you very much. I'm not just dismissing it. I'll answer some of the points in other videos. Otherwise, it'll get too long. But thank you very much. Keep watching. Look at the videos on the blog, and thank you very much. Do rate them as well. I think that helps increase the searchability of it. So that would be fantastic as well. Thanks very much. Bye bye.